Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland, and it's time for Cuppa and Cards. So let's get, I need to find me on my laptop so that I can read the chat as we go. So let me see if I can find me. Yay, here we are. And cards. Oh, forgot to put my volume down. Let's get, I need to find me on my laptop. So if you're coming in, say hello and we'll get started. In fact, just give me a wee second. I'm going to grab my coffee. It should be ready to pick up. Okay, here we are. So if you're coming in, come away in and say hello. Hi Hilary, how are you? How are you in the Netherlands? I hear things are getting a bit tighter for you there. You're going back into some kind of lockdown. Hi LaDonya, and you come. Got my coffee, look, just fresh out the machine and I'm needing it. Hi Rails. Do you know what, I really love this doing lives now, because people are coming in from all over the world. It's just fantastic. It's now, it really is a global community that we're crafting in, and I just love it. So here we are, we're like, we've got someone in from Australia, the Netherlands and England. And I'm in Scotland. Who knew that I'd, that I'd be able to communicate? And I'm not being funny, but this crisis that we're in has actually improved communications for me in a lot of ways. I totally miss seeing people face to face, but it has forced me to kia ora, Harrod. So here we go, here's our New Zealand fan as well. So, I mean, how much, how otherwise could I craft with people in New Zealand, Australia, the Netherlands, England, all at once? I mean, I can't meet up with you people on a regular basis, but I can connect here with you on a regular basis, so I'm loving it. And so anyway, I'm back to being me and blethering. If you know what that means, it just means I talk inanely forever. Right, so I was having a wee play before I went to bed last night with the gnomes, and my main thing is to be aware that we get so hooked on Christmas in the UK and probably other places in Europe, and we think of it as a cold, grey kind of time. But we forget that around the world, Christmas isn't traditionally a dark grey time. We add lots of extra colour in our Christmas because outside the window is usually kind of dark and grey. We do get the odd summer day, but so I'm thinking about my family and friends across the world, where summer is when Christmas falls. So you're doing completely different things. You're going to the beach and enjoying being out of doors, where we're all huddling up with blankets. I keep picturing trying to keep warm. So yeah, so I've got family in Australia, as you know, and I've got family in New Zealand. So I was thinking to make their Christmas cards a bit different this year. I might just use the gnomes. So, and I've teamed it up with this. So what I'm coming in with is one stamp set, one stamp pad rather, two stamp sets. So I'm thinking I could try and make 3 cards. So it would be a 1, 2, 3. What do you think? So we'll see how we go anyway. So I came up with this wee scene, and to achieve this type of scene, what you do is you use masking. So I'm going to take this wee gnome to the seaside. Now we can leave him Christmassy, but we could also use paper piecing to cover over his hat, and we could make that into a pom-pom, so it doesn't necessarily need to be Christmas theme. I know I would just love to be in Australia or New Zealand at Christmas and go to a barbecue on Christmas Day. That would, you know, my son and his wife and her family always get together. They're in Western Australia, and they always get together on Christmas Day, and they have a big barbecue, and they share photographs of them sitting outside in the sun. And you know that they quite often have a fish barbecue. Oh my goodness, it looks, or a seafood barbecue. It looks so lush. Oh, I just would love to join in that. I have been over. Hi Heather, in you come. Are you heading for work? Heather, you're doing fantastic with your videos. If anyone doesn't follow Heather, please look her up on Facebook and on YouTube. She's doing great. She's quite new, and she's just hit the ground running and really doing fabulous, beautiful things that she makes. And she's so close to 200 subscribers, at least she was last night. Are you there yet, Heather? Anyway, I better get stamping. So I've nothing prepared except I had played with this last night. So let's just get the trimmer. So while I've got around me, this is how I craft. What's still around me from something else I've been doing. So I've got my thick wet whisper white out, my thin whisper white. Oh, come on, somebody go and look for Heather on YouTube. Heather, if you've got time before you go to work, put your YouTube link in here in this chat, and I'm sure the ladies here will get you over that 200 mark. If you get your link and pop it in. So, and I've got this designer series paper here, Heartwarming Hugs. It's from the August to December. Yep. So yeah, the ladies will get you over that step, honestly, and all the ladies that come in here love to watch what everybody's up to. So anyway, what I'm going to do before I start is take one sheet of the thin whisper white. This is the best card by far for stamping on. Wouldn't be without it. Every single order I stick a pack of this in. So I'm just going to cut it in quarters just now, and each card will decide individually. You can't, with this trimmer though, you can cut 2 or 3 sheets of this at once. So if I'm doing bulk, that's what I do. I probably got a pile of it somewhere, but just because, let's get cracking, because I've spent far too much time talking in this live. So how is everybody? Oops. So what I'm going to do is I did, as I say, I was playing last night. So let's just go with the gnome and recreate that scene that I've just shown you, and then we'll make some more scenes. So I've got quite a few blocks on my... Heather, honestly, go and get your link and stick it on. I know you're going to work and you're in a hurry, but let's promote your business. I'm sure you go under your own name, Heather, on YouTube. She'll be on my liked videos. I don't know if that shows up as well, Anne Harrod. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just stamping this gnome kind of in the middle here, just like that. And what you need is some post-it notes. I take more than one, because you know, then you can do lots of masking if you need to. And check how much sticky is on your post-it note. Stamp your, I probably over-inked this already. Stamp this so that quite a bit of it's on the sticky. And then cut it out. However, last night I did do that, so I'm not going to bore you with cutting out. But that's all you do, and then you just cut it out. Just take your time and cut it out, and then you can use this in your project. Pardon me. So for this one, so what I did was take one layer, make sure it is just one layer of post-it note, because you want this to be as thin as possible. Now, this is one of those projects that you're probably better to use your Stamparatus. Now, if you don't have one of these, I would suggest... Oh, thanks, Heather, that's great. Oh, thanks, Anne Harrod. Maybe your subscriber number 200. If you look, Rails, there's the link up above. Where's my Stamparatus? It's not in its bag. Oh no. Lots of plates in there. Oh well. Where did I put it then? It's supposed to go back in its bag every night. That's not good. If it's not here in this box and doesn't jump out at me, then I'll have to go without it today. Don't know what I've done. What is there? It was beside the case, but not in it, right? Just keep going, Heather, because you're doing fab. Alrighty. I'm taking my time here, but we will get there. So, I've put the piece of card in the Stamparatus with my wee gnome. I don't need this foam part because I'm going to be using rubber. Both stamp sets. It's worth thinking about when you're using two stamp sets at the same time. Are they both rubber or are they both photopolymer? So now I need this big stamp. Good thing is I won't need all the blocks I've got out if I use my Stamparatus. The reason I'm saying use your Stamparatus is because of, if you see on this one, there is a gap there. Although it's not that, do you know what I mean? It's not a problem, but if you don't want to have those gaps that you can get from the paper, it means you can go back in and put a bit more pressure on that bit there. So I'm wanting him maybe to the side of the scene, do we? Put him there. I'm trying to aim it so that he should be standing on the decking. Pop this, it's hard into the corner. And I do have magnets here to keep my paper in place. These magnets are so good, they're so strong, they're hard to get. Look, that's no good, is it? What? Oh, right. Did you hear how strong that is? Right, okay, so let's have this guy about there. More or less the composition that I had on the first one. And we'll trim it down. So it's fun to create scenes. So then I'm going to bring my Stamparatus over. Look how mucky this is. It's because I use it. Do you know? Make use if you buy, and this is worth the investment. It really is. Remember that this stamp pad is felt, not foam like all our other pads. So you do need to, I do a wee twist usually. Right, now we're just going to pull this over, stamp it down. I'm just putting light pressure on this time to show you what I mean. So as you see that, because I didn't press hard, I've not got much there, so all I have to do, because that isn't moving, now this time I can put a decent amount of pressure on. I want to kind of put pressure around where the gnome is, because I want all that ink to transfer right to the sides. Oh, that's too clever, Anne. You're so clever. So you see there, it's much closer, and I'm not going to get just as much of a halo effect. And if I didn't think that was dark enough, I could put more on. I'm just going, sometimes you can stand up. I am just going to put a bit more pressure here to get the most benefit. Ta-da! And on the other one I used so then I can turn this round. I can show you this. I can turn this round. And so I don't have to take that off. So if I wanted to make a bulk amount of cards exactly the same, I could. So I'm going to bring, this has got, it's got some wee birdies, it's got palm trees. We'll use this in the next, I've got an idea for another composition, so we would want maybe to put some palm trees here. And we're just making it all a bit exotic and tropical. Maybe some birds over there. I'm going to bring them closer because I might trim this in. So I don't want anything higher than his hat. Alrighty, let's see what happens. It's just for, you know, you're just playing. So that's them down, and then just ink them up. Which Stamparatus is really good for scene building. Now, you can colour them in or not colour them in. We'll decide what we're doing. I think I'll make 3 scenes and then we'll make 3 cards. Does that make sense? Okay. That's cool, isn't it? Now, as you see what I mean when I take him off, there he is, he's in the scene. So he's cute. So let's have a think. Heather, this is probably a great investment. And it's so good for teaching beginner stampers. And they don't have to buy a whole lot of blocks. I would say as a demonstrator you should invest in one of these. They're not hugely expensive. Honestly, for people with dexterity problems, who maybe can't find it more difficult to stamp with a block. Hi Randy and Yukam, glad you could join us today. Hope you're well. So yeah, if you've got dexterity problems, the blocks don't always work. But most people can get success with the Stamparatus. And our Stamparatus has a lot of benefits over and above all the, I know there are lots of other brands of stamping platforms. Hi Jane and Yukam. How are you? We're having a multi... Oh, hi Kaylee, didn't see you. Yeah, do you know what? People are coming in and I'm not seeing you all. So I'll just take a minute. Hello everybody. Hi Jane, hi everybody. I keep saying everybody because, yeah, there's so many things. The hinge technique, you can buy more of these. These come off. can move them along, can move them down. They've got two sides. I actually have 6 of these plates. Oh, are you actually... Oh, I thought it was a negative test that you guys had. Oh, Jane. Hi, Shirley. In you come. That's a team event, just about. Jane and Shirley are both in my extended team. Right, so let's think another picture. Let's use, this time we'll use the gnome's house, and we'll add another gnome in, I think, shall we? So I think this time I'm going to put, where's my gnome gone? Mr. Gnome, we need you. So let's get another plate. We'll take these ones off and clean them, Janice, and then they'll be available to use again. These plates need clean, but do you know what? A little bit of rubbing alcohol and a cloth and they'll be back to nice and clean. I just not got round to it. So I'll not bother with another plate. We'll just use this one. So first of all, I need to use and we'll just stick with the same gnome guy just now. Do you hear me cleaning? I've resurrected. For a while there in Europe, we couldn't get our stamping mist for cleaning our stamp cleaner, and we kind of, a lot of us have started. A lot of us have started using the chamois, which is great. There's nothing wrong with the chamois, but I absolutely adore my Stampin' Scrub. So now I've been able to get my hands on some Stampin' Mist. So this is really good. It's like a velvety fabric that's inside it, and you've got one platform here that you have wet with the mist on it, and one for the that's dry. So you just pop you spray on your mist, you stamp like that, and then dry it, and it's ready to go away. And it really gets into all the wee bits in your stamp and make sure it's properly clean. So there we go. So we've got this. Think this time I'm going to have him to this side. Whoops. Because I want to use the stamp with the chair in it, and it's facing this way, so I'm thinking we'll have him at this side. So I'll put him slightly up just in case I want to change where things are. Right, so first of all, we'll just stamp him. Your stamp stick. Jane, change that today. Get it out. If you're stuck at home, you might as well get practicing. Are you able to work from home, or is all your work face to face? See, it didn't transfer properly. I didn't press hard enough. So there you go. Just take it down again. Still not got. Wonder why that is. Have I not inked it enough? Maybe I didn't get enough ink on it. Does look like I have. This desk of mine is a bit uneven as well, which doesn't help. But let's just... Oh, you're on leave this week. Well, get that Stamparatus out, Jane, and get using it. That's it. So there you go. I've shown you, I've demonstrated there why your Stamparatus is so helpful. But then we'll pop the mask on him. Just line it up, because you've stamped some of this with the sticky of the post-it note. He's covered over, so let's find, where's my gnome set? In the gnome set, they've got like a wee home area here anyway. So we'll use this, and I think we'll bring Mrs. Gnome in. We'll leave this guy out just now, the other gnome. You can come in later. He's just a wee bit too Christmassy for me, but, well, so is she, isn't she? Anyway, let's just, we'll bring this one in, and we'll bring Mrs. Gnome in just because. Okay, so we don't need the gnome. We can take him out. Look at me cleaning as I go, that's great. It's not like me, but hey. Right, so we need a house, a gnome house. So what I'm going to do is have him on the garden path. A bit on it anyway. We'll just do this bit at a time, build it up. Because that's what, you know, you're just clicking in your imagination. Oh, hi LaDonya. Oh, you were here earlier, yeah. Whole team just about meeting here. Not quite, but a few. It's good to see you all. So right, so I'm making sure that's tight in the corner. Got my stamp on. And it's like a wee tree house these gnomes have got. So he's going to be standing in front on the garden path. There's no place like Gnome. Oh, not doing very well today. It's my desk. But then you see you can put in, and somewhat you can stand up as well to apply pressure. So if you find, if you're having problems, it just means that, I just want to do a bit more here. It just means anyone who has any problems, this makes it possible. And you can go back in as many times as you like. Now I've seen people making a roof for that, and I can't remember what it is they're using. But you could invent a roof for it if you wanted. I just quite like the look of that. And then I wanted to bring in this chair, because again, remember, we're thinking the other side of the world where you guys have got beautiful weather. So again, I'm not going to worry about this just overlapping a little bit there. That's cool, isn't it? Just like that. Take this one away. Or if I was making multiples of a card, then I could just turn that over and keep them all in the position. Oh, Heather. Guys, people who've just joined us recently, we've got Heather here who is building her YouTube just now. So she's put, if you scroll back up, oh hi Katrina, and you come. If you scroll back up, Heather's put her link to her YouTube channel, and it would be great if people would subscribe and help her on her journey. Building at the beginning is quite hard work. Once you get past 1,000, it seems to snowball from then, because you start to be more noticed. So you get a lot of new people. So there we go. Oh, cocktails in the sun, anyone? Here we go. Do you think Mrs. See, we could have put her in. Where is she? I've lost her now anyway. Where are you, Mrs. She's lost. I took her out and I've misplaced her. Janice. I seriously can't see her, can you? I'm a nightmare. I don't even know why you keep coming back to watch me, because I'm just klutz. We'll just go with this then. We'll not have her in the scene. What have I done with her? She'll be stuck to something. If if you just scroll further up, Jane, honestly, if not I'll pop it later. Oh my. Now I can't see. I'm never going to get 3 cards done. It's 12:30. Will we? Yeah, we will. I'll just get myself into gear. I'm trying to read your comments and Facebook's being so... Oh, there you go. Heather's popped it there again. Can you see it now, everybody? Heather's put... Right, so, yeah, so we've got another scene there. We were going to do a third scene, and I was going to use Mrs. Gnome, but she's left. She's left the building. Do you know what's going to happen? I'm going to have to rake my bins and everything now. Gosh, can anyone see her on my desk? Has she gone in this one? Nope. And I've looked on the floor. I'm not seeing it at all. She does not want to be in the photo. She's shy. I have no idea. I will find her. I'm not, of that I've no doubt. She might have jumped in the bin, but that won't be emptied and that'll get tipped if I don't find her. Alright. So that, I'll need to get a move on anyway. So that's him. Will we take the mask off and let you see him? There you go. Relaxing in his garden. That's cool, isn't it? I like that. Easy pleased. So where's the other? That's 2. Right, one more scene. What are we going to do with this one? Mrs. Gnome! Mrs. Gnome! Where are you? I'm totally... Oh well, she's jumped ship. She had enough of them gnomes. Oh, there she is, look! She's under the ink. I thought I was going to have to do... Yeah, I thought I was going to have to do, what do you call it? I can't talk. But let's make a mask for Mrs. Gnome. Where's the? Well, I've lost the post-it notes now. We'll just very quickly make her a mask, and then we can put her in a picture. Why shouldn't she be in the sun as well? I think we'll put her chair. We'll do her with a chair and some. Leaves, palm trees. Just quickly, Janice. You need to get a speed on. You need to get a shifty on. Well, she never got her hair done, but she's got that amazing hat, so yeah. Right, and then we'll just quickly cut her out. Bit unfair. We've got, well, I mean, I'm saying she's Mrs. But she kind of looks like a female, but I don't know if gnomes are gender specific or not, or does it really matter? Right, so I'm just fussy cutting, just trying to cut around these wee bobble things. I'm not sure that that matters too much. Do you know what? So it doesn't really take long, it just feels like it takes long because I'm filming. Yeah, maybe it's the apron, but do you know what? There's no reason why guys can't wear aprons. Maybe in Gnome World, the men wear the aprons. I'm thinking I probably don't really need to cut round these bobbly things, but I've started, so I'll finish. So anybody else crafting? Yeah, it's easier to cut a few post-its, and the thing is, then cut one is a bit flimsy, so it's quite hard. So, and when I'm punching as well from post-it, you take care, Heather, about your work. Keeping the nation fed, or your nation fed. Nearly there, honestly. Look, just a couple of wee bits here round her hat. It's a bit of a fiddly hat. She's a bit, see, I'm saying she. This gnome is a bit fiddly. I'm trying to not take too long over this, but I seem to be getting myself in a fiddle. A fiddle. Right. Okay, so that we've made a mask for her, so we need a piece to put her on. Let's turn this on. We might have that chair's going in this picture, I think. Where is she? I've seriously, oh no, there she is. Right, clean her off and dry her off. Right. So I'm going to put her in a scene with a wee house and her chair, or the chair and some palm trees. So I need the stamp to go that way, Janice, because it needs to stamp onto the picture. Alright, sorry, I thought you were off to work, but you stay as long as you can. I just don't want you getting into trouble. I don't think, I'm sorry, I was watching Janice. I don't think your boss will go for that. Okay, so there she is. See, again, I've not, because I didn't put enough pressure. There you go. So we'll take her away and clean her off. Dry her off. Put her away so she doesn't go missing this time. I'll get the last of my coffee. Righty, so I'm going to pop her with her chair, and then maybe we'll have some palm trees. I don't know what I'm doing. Do you? Okay, so the chair goes. What's the chant? No, I don't think I think that's a bit dodgy to put. I was thinking, could we manage to put her on the chair? But we'll just put this so that she'll be standing in front of the chair. Not on it, just in front of it. And then with some. Oh, I've not put her mask on though. That's silly. So just peel it off very carefully, because obviously the little bits will be a bit weak. See, then I can keep that in the stamp box. So if I'm playing with the gnome stamp again. Oh, I keep using that word, playing, working with the gnome. I'll just try and line it up. It's worth taking a wee extra moment. I made it worse. I fixed it worser, as they say. Right, so we've got a mask on her and we're going to pop her chair kind of about there so she's standing slightly in front of it, and then we'll have some palm trees that will look as if they're behind her. Will we go for that all at once? I'm always winging it. Very good, Heather. Okay, so we've got them on. Oh look, I hadn't cleaned that stamp properly, and I'm going to have to get my magnet and hold that because I hadn't put that properly in the corner, so I don't want that to move from there. If you see, it's like there, so just be aware if you're like me and you make mistakes, because I'm human. That's my excuse. Right, so let's just quickly do this, and then we'll get these made up into cards of some kind. I'm thinking you could give these to people to colour in themselves. You don't need to colour them in because I think they're quite attractive as they are. Just want a bit more, I'm going to do the stand up thing, a bit more pressure here so that tree does look I always am, Shirley, winging it. I'm an 11th hour girl. Always have been, even when I was studying. And you know, when I was doing an Open University degree, the work that I put in at like 3 o'clock in the morning was always the sort of stuff that I got higher marks for. So well, this time, there you go. See, she's in her own wee garden there, about to sit down. Again, you could have the gnome house over here if you wanted, so you could, you know, you can expand. So the gnome house could be sort of to the side here, under the trees. This could either work or go horribly wrong, but let's just stick it in. She's out in the back garden. Yeah, you can put more trees in, you can put in what you like. I just need to make sure I don't move it because the stamp wasn't properly clean again. So you just build it up as you want. Now you could pop her mask back on, and you might want to add things in the foreground. I'm going to leave it at that just now because we are running out of time. 15 minutes to make these up into cards. What do you think? Because I gap too much. Now watch this, let's just get rid of this out the way, put my magnet away. I'll clean them up in a wee while. So we've got 3 scenes here and I've got dirty hands, so I need to, I'm just going to give my hands a bit of a wipe. seem to have black ink on them. It's because I was touching the stamps. Right. This trimmer, I've not even got card blanks ready, but let's just... Thick cardstock. 2 sheets. I'll put 2 thick sheets of white, Whisper White in here. I'm making sure they're lined up straight, and at 5.5 centimetres, giving it a good score because it's going through 2 layers, and then 14.85, and chop them, and I have 4 card blanks. Then, as you see, I only need 3, but that was quick, wasn't it? And then I'm just going to chop these seams up a bit. It's good I can chop that dirty bit off. So that about, see, 7.4 centimetres there works, doesn't it? Because I'm not going to chop the top of that tree. So let's just move that to 7.5 to make it easy for measuring. I want to chop some of this off to sort of, we're cropping as you do with your photos. Chop that bit off, and then I'll just bring this to a measurement that's easy. 12 works there. Okay, so that was 7.5 by 12, and are we going, if we pop that on to some Christmas paper, you can do other things, but I'm thinking I'm just going to pop them onto some nice colours, and then look, these are so nice and bright. 3 different patterns here. I'm just going to cut these to fit the card base and then just pop the picture on. I mean, you can take forever to faff about. Have a great day, Heather. Whoops, I cut this to, what did I don't know what I cut that to. Did I cut it to 10.1? Trying to be clever and then you forget, yeah. So I cut these 2. So they're all getting a red background today, and then I can colour them in at a later date. Now you can give them uncoloured. I can also cut 3 layers, I think. Let's see if we can. And this will be 14.4. This is my basic measurement to just go straight on my card, and then it won't matter what I do with them. There you go, 3 layers. This trimmer's fantastic. So your tools, you need a trimmer and a Stamparatus as soon as possible once you start. Got some glue here. I know I need a new refill in it, so let's get the refill out. So you can use either side of this paper, but I need to open this up. Whoops, that wasn't clever, Janice. Anyway, that comes out of there. Which way does it go? It must go that way, Janice. That's it. And that's it in. That looks like it's closed properly, is it? That's better. Alrighty, so can go either way. I'm just going to put red on the back and then we can need to get this one, that's it, started now. We're alright, I've got 10 minutes. Whoops, so again just try and line it up. So it's going to be straight. So have a wee check before you commit. There you go. I sometimes use, or mostly use, wet glue for this, but I've kind of had made friends with this. You see, you've got all your Christmas colours in this paper. What did I tell you it was called? It's called Heartwarming Hugs. Real pretty. One, two, and the third one. Yeah, they're just fun, and do you know what? You can give them to your kids. You could make them up like wee colouring cards. Or why is this happening to me today? I made friends with this, and that wasn't happening. That's it. Take your time. You can colour these in with anything you like. Your kids' colouring crayons, anything. We have some amazing colouring tools. But if you don't have them, the only thing I would say, if you were going to colour it with alcohol pens, I would do it before you put it on the card, and that's why I always do a wee single layer. But to be honest, you know, it's up to you. You could colour it, you could not colour it. I'm just going to pop it on. You could put it up, you could layer this, you could put a backing on this. But these are just for fun. Oops. Squint. Very good, Janice. It's just going to stay squint. And let's put these other two onto a card. And you'll see that they are effective without even colouring them. You do need to kind of crop the picture, otherwise it looks a bit lost. Yeah, the stamping seal is great. I love it too. Right. So I don't need to really worry about my measurements because I'm just putting this straight on. But just want to crop the picture a bit. A wee bit off the bottom. Just makes it more immediate when you're looking at it. There's that one, and then we'll trim this one down. You don't need all that extra white space. You can put whatever greeting you want on this. You can make it, as I say, you can make it Christmas. Even these, although this paper is Christmas colours, it's not necessarily, doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas. You could layer that up and then you could make it look like a photo. But I'm going to put that one at a jaunty angle there. Deliberately squint. Your girls would have fun doing this, Jane. I'm 63-year-old and it entertains me, so I'm sure it would entertain some children too. There you go. 3 cards. You can choose if you want to colour them. You could cut, you know, you could cut the hat out of Post-it note, or stamp that onto paper. I'll just quickly show you what I mean by that. So this one, I could make the hat, his hat match. Where is he? Right. So you could do paper piece, and there's so much you could do with this. So if I just ink up Mr. Gnome again, pop him on here, take my snips and just cut out his hat. Too much paper here in my way. I'm not going to bother with the bauble. I've got a wee idea for the bauble. Yeah, wish you were here. Anything you want, Anne had it. So I've cut out his hat and just put a wee bit of that stamping seal on, and I can either do it on that one, or I think I'll do it more on this one. Can just pop that on his hat. Oh no, it was to match that page, wasn't it? Because it's the stripes. That's what I was. Did you use the same paper? Just line it up over the top of the picture. Then you could take, say, your Wink of Stella. One that I've been using recently. I think this one. Take your Wink of Stella and just give his beard a bit of a sparkle. As I say, you could colour in some of it if you wanted, or all of it. There's just so much you could do. And let's give him a bauble on his hat. So we can just take our embellishments box and have a look. And look, we have nice red, all the trimmings embellishments, and he can have one of these. I don't know where your pick tool is, so we'll just use what's here, and that's my scissors. And that, look, that fits perfectly, and even worse than that. You could have a red nose. There you go. He's got it sunburnt. So, do you know what I mean? So you could play up. Look, this one, you could just colour in the lights and give her some embellishments on her wee hat. So it doesn't have to be a full-on colouring job. So just some ideas to get you started. As I say, it's not just gnomes, we've got different things like the owls. There's all sorts of sets that you can play with and just have a bit of fun. I've just enjoyed that. That hour's gone by so quickly. I've had you guys to blather with, and I've done a bit of playing, which it really, you know, it's playing. But then I've got 3 cards, so there we go. Just. I'm not very tidy, but let's just see. So I've got all these masks as well, so just pop them inside, on the inside of my stamp case. And they're there to use next time I want to play with these guys. So there we have it. 1 ink pad, 2 stamp sets, 3 cards. hundreds and hundreds of ideas. Okay, thanks everybody. Off to phone someone now. I have a call that I was going to do at 12 o'clock, so I'm off to get another cup of coffee and do that. Thanks very much for everybody for coming in and joining me on that. I will put this up to YouTube and it will be available for you to look back on. I hope you've enjoyed the fun. I certainly have. And as I say, when I started, all I had was that one little picture that I'd stamped last night and I had no idea where I was going with it. I'm happy though. Thank you. Thanks everybody. Have a great day or a good sleep if that's what you're up to, no matter wherever you are in the world. Bye bye. Then I have to work out how to get out of here. Stay safe, take care, and my phone had moved, so you've been getting me on a jaunty angle, but never mind. Kaketi, Kaketi. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that one. Kaketi.